I think the people that came here to see you tonight are really interested in you and your problems and really want to earn your vote. Some folks didn't get here tonight. I think there's 19 of us in this primary signed up so far. They didn't get here because they haven't figured out how to solve our problems yet. Maybe they're still working on it. But the governor's been governor for a year. She's got 28 years of public service. She'd be commended for that. I want to thank her for doing that. But she's been governor for a year, took that job by default, and I'm not any better off than I was a year ago. And I think she's taking the chicken way out by raising taxes instead of trying to do the right thing by the taxpayers, looking out for us. So many of these people get in office. I am not part of the system, have never been a politician, never been elected to anything, but so many people get in here, I think, and they call it Potomac fever when they go to Washington, but they get in here and they're more interested in getting elected than they're interested in getting the job done. So I don't come from that area. I'm not looking for a new career. I'm not looking for a new job. What I'm looking to do is get us out of this mess that we've got and get us on track to stay out of it. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I see this race as a race about leadership. This is a race about whether or not you think you've got a good leader today. If you think you've seen any leadership on the economy, if you think you've seen any leadership on education, if you think you've seen any leadership on the border or any other issues that we've talked about tonight, vote for Jan Brewer. I don't think you've seen it. I think that's why we have so many people here tonight. We're not satisfied with where Arizona's going. There's too much crisis management going on in the state, ladies and gentlemen. There's no strategic or long-term thinking going on here. Everything's by crisis management. You know why it is? Because we've always had too many professional politicians on both sides of the political aisle. We take out the professional politicians and replace them with real leaders who don't need the job. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I will tell you, I would say about Barack Obama, at some point, you got to quit blaming George Bush. I would also say to Jan Brewer, at some point, you got to quit blaming Janet Napolitano. Okay? I mean, let's get real. She's been governor for a year and a quarter. Is it any better? Okay. That answers the question. Thank you very much.
All right, then let's add one postscript to that. Starting with Buzz Mills, is if you can turn the state around after one term, would you do that and retire? Or are you going to be a two-term governor?
I will turn the state around in less than one term, and if the folks want me to do a second term, I'll do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, this state has huge problems. If I can change it in one term, why run for a second? I don't need the job for my own edification. I have a great job. I have a great family. Okay? I think this job is a big job. I think it's going to take somebody who's dedicating 8 years to do this job if necessary. And it's going to take that long, in my belief, to get us out of this. But I will do it as quickly as I can. I believe that infusing $50 to $100 billion of private capital over a 3-year period, together with reducing taxes, together with setting up a regulatory system in this state and the best education system in the country, ladies and gentlemen, this state's going to turn around fast. But I'm not going to sit here and make false promises to you, because I've been in business for 36 years and I'm a realist. But I will do whatever's necessary to do this job. Once again, folks, I'm taking a huge pay cut to do this job. That's not what this is about, is pay. This is not a promotion for a couple of us here, okay? So let's be realistic about doing the job and making sure we're doing the job and not making false promises. I'm going to do the job the very best I know how, and I believe that I have the leadership and the knowledge both on the business side and the political side to get that job done efficiently. I believe that leadership is the question, and I offer the leadership and the planning that you can find at johnmunger.com to make this job successful and do the job successful. Thank you.
Mr. Mark.
I wish I had a quarter for every time we heard leadership. I wouldn't need to borrow money to balance the budget. The state's $700 million in the red. They could probably get us there. The state is in a tough situation. And I said when I announced my campaign to run for governor that if we're still 50th in the nation for job creation, fire me, get somebody else. The state's too important to get and be left in the dust. I had not planned on running for treasurer either. A year ago, I wasn't planning on running for governor. This isn't where I intended to go. In fact, my whole career in politics for the last 10 years wasn't where I planned on going. I started my own business. I'm a computer nerd. I got drafted to do this because of the mess other people had left. I got drafted to go to the treasurer's office because my predecessor eventually pled guilty and resigned. We had to turn the place around. We had to restaff, rehire. We made $900 million in the last 3 years. Not an easy task in this economic environment. Unfortunately, they spent it faster than they can make it. That's a whole other discussion. We have been able to not only survive, but thrive. We've actually grown our deposit base. Despite the fact that our budget is 57% of what it was in 1991. I've been through a lot in the last few years. We've seen and been fighting for a long time to make sure that the state saves and doesn't spend. Unfortunately, I hold the record not only for the most bills signed into law, but the most bills vetoed. And I'm proud of some of those vetoes, but I'm sick and tired of those not becoming law. We need leadership that is actually going to get the job done and has been doing the job in this environment for quite a while. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, we're going to take a 10-minute break. For those of you folks who wrote questions down, please get them down to the young men and women down here. We'll go through those real quick. We'll start back up in 10 minutes with